any material which is kept in the warehouse for a long duration, then we want to check whether the quality of that material is still good enough to be used in the production or for sale. Here we specify the time interval after how much duration I want the inspection to be done on that particular material, which is a batch managed material. We do the calibration inspection in that we maintain the interval that after this much interval, lot should be triggered and we check the equipments, whether they are working properly or not. Similarly, recurring inspection is done on the materials which are batch managed material. After a specified interval of time, again the lot should be triggered automatically and we do the inspection for it. In the batch details, we can see the next inspection interval date, which is maintained. Once that particular date reaches, then the lot will be triggered. Material will be in the quality department for the inspection. So after we do the inspection and either move it to the restricted or unrestricted based on the results, usage decision is done for that lot, then the material will be available for further use. So if the expiration date has been reached for that material, then no further lots are triggered. Whole batch will be blocked and we cannot use it further. The material, which is 1020, the quality management view inspection interval, here we specify the interval or the duration after which we want the recurring inspection to be done. If I'm maintaining it, say, after 1 day, would be like after 6 months or 3 months or whatever as per the requirement. And to check whether the material is a batch managed material or not, then here in this plant data and storage one view, so if I select, say, any one of this checkbox is checked batch management. Indicates that this particular material 1020 is a batch managed material. Self-life data part, the period indication is specified whether it is in days or months or years and all. This is the total life of this particular batch. Say we have maintained 30 days. In the inspection setup here, we activate this 09 inspection, which is a recurring inspection. Itself means that again and again the inspection will be done till its expiration date has been reached. Checkbox, either this inspection with task list or material specification should be checked for this particular material. Let me show you the detail of the batch also. My material is 1020. I'm entering my plant as 1100. It's 700 is the batch number. Press enter. It is locked. Let me close this. Enter. Status is maintained for that particular batch, unrestricted, and the other is batch is restricted. Next inspection interval is maintained for that particular batch, and this is the period indicator, maintaining it in days, years, or month, so that duration unit is maintained. The life of that particular material is 30 days. So whatever will be your manufacturing date plus the 30 days will be the SLED. For batch expiration date, batch is say 700, then if manufacturing date maintained is 23, 124, then the SLED is plus 30 days of it. This will be my total life of that particular batch. It's 22 February 2024. Present it is in unrestricted, and the next inspection date which is maintained for this particular batch is 26/1. So once this 26 will reach, again the lot will be triggered and the stock will be moved to the quality department for the inspection. And after the usage decision, Based on the results, the batch status will be either restricted or unrestricted. Once the SLD is reached, then the life of that particular batch has been expired, and now we cannot use that batch. Status of the batch will be changed from unrestricted to restricted, and no further inspection will be done for this batch. Let's run the cycle, how it works. Purchasing it, or from the production department, I am getting my material. Suppose if I purchase order transaction, because it is a raw material, ME21, and I am doing and enter my vendor detail. For this, I'm just entering the details which are required to create a purchase order. I'm entering my quantity as 11 and plant is 1100, enter, and just check it once to, since it is just a warning, so click on save. Let's save it. So here the document number is generated, which is this. So even QA32 report also execute it. At present, there is no lot. Okay. Let me open another session for it. Do the MIGO for this purchase order, and which is this. Enter. Quantity is 11. You click on item OK. And when you press check, it will ask you batch. We need to enter the date of manufacturing. So if I enter, say, today's date as my manufacturing date, here you can see batch number is 706. Okay. So let's copy this batch number also. Save it. Let's go to QA32 report only to see if I refresh it. Okay, so there is a lot which is triggered because of 001 inspection. So let me do the result recording for it. Okay, I'm just entering my details within the specification. Enter, accept it, select all, and then lock it so that the status should be 5, and then click on save. Now refresh it so it is inspected. We can do the usage decision for it. Let me accept this. It is batch number is 706. Okay. In the inspection, here I can enter my quantity. Okay, 11, and then click on save. And then refresh it. Batch detail, I can see through MSC to N. It's a change mode of a batch, and my batch number was this 706. Enter. Next inspection date as 26/1. And the date of manufacturing is 25 because I have maintained in my material master the next inspection date interval as 1 day. Let me show you that also. M02, enter. So let me go back. And now if I go to the material and enter, maintain the inspection interval as 1 day. Let me close this. Okay. Press enter. So now that's why it is showing me the next inspection date as 26. Okay. And at present, the batch status is unrestricted. Once the same date, which is maintained as the next inspection date, reaches, the lot will be triggered automatically. Normally, for the recurring inspection, they create a background job for which they create a variant, and so they schedule it. Okay. To run the background job. So I can manually change it so that we can check whether the lot will be triggered or not. So I'm manually changing my next inspection date as today's date, which is 25. And let's save it. Okay, so now if I go for the manually, if I trigger a lot for recurring inspection, which is QA07, and press enter, here you can see it is written deadline monitoring for the batches. So here I can specify my material, which is 1020, and my plant is 1100. I'm not entering any batches. Let's see what all batches are there. It will run for all and then click on execute. Log, it is showing me one lot has been triggered. Let's go to QA32 report again. Just refresh it. So here you can see that the lot has been triggered with the prefix 9, which indicates it's a recurring inspection. Prefix part is the origin of the inspection lot, which is 9. And since it is in created state, let me release it because my inspection plan is with the usage 5. So I'm manually changing my usage to 5 and then click on this. So the plan has been linked, and then sample, I can click on sample so that the sample size should be calculated. Click on save. Now if I refresh it, it is in release state. And now I can do the result recording for it. And again, I'm just accepting it. Select all and then click on log so that the status is 5. Save it. If I refresh it, again, we can go for the usage decision of it. Accept it, suppose. And then click on save. Okay, so now refresh it. Again, if we go for the same batch, which is this, enter, and we have used this 706 and enter. So now you can see that it is next inspection date again is coming as 26, which is next date. We have changed it to check manually. To create a variant, we specify the details to be used. So either you have already created a variant, then we can use that variant directly. We can specify, suppose if I enter, say, my plant is 1100 and my material is say 1020. This is my transaction name, QA07, and then click on save. It will ask you to enter the name of the variant. So here I can enter my variant name, so say recurring. I'm entering the same here also in the description, and then click on save. Okay, so we have created a variant. Now you can see the name of the variant also. The background job can be created using this program name. And go to the status, and program which is running for this particular transaction is this.